はい、こんにちは。L.A.ノワールやります。はい、スタート。ちょっとね、悠長にやってる暇はない。スタジオ事務員殺人事件。悠長にやってる暇はないな。ないんだよな。危ないよ。危ない危ない危ない。この人。あ、やばいやばいやばい。そしてやばいやばい。
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring, a matching engagement ring.
Oh.
Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue.
なるほど
We
ね。
have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
いやだから連続殺人かもしれませんよって言ったじゃないですか。
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles
本
shoved
当
up
でう
your
まいこと
ass?
言うな。
Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
おっとこっちじゃないな。てかパパに大学費払ってもらってそれかって。お前もなかなか嫌なこと言うな。7点行きますか。運転してください。
You can drive.
運転してもらった方がね早いっていうことに気づいたというか、まあ知ってたんだけどさ。
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
行きますか。
How can I help you boys?
おお、そっちから出てきた。
Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
こんな策あるんだ。
You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
警察相手に商売するか。
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark.
H。
Usually traceable.
Ah.
That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
ハートフィールズ宝石店。もう片方も見るか。
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
ふーん。
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley.
パーシー・ビー・
Gave
シ
an
ェリー。
address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
お客さんの顔覚えられないくらいそんな たくさんお客さん来るのかな。
Can you drive to this one? We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Perp is having fun with us.
ああ、なるほどね。
The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine,
はあ、
the
な
man
る
who
ほ
killed
ど。
Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
そうだね。だいたいこう自信をつけてきて犯行が増えれば増えるほどボロを出す確率も高くなるとは言いますからね。
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it.
なるほど、そういうこと言うんだ。なんか選挙があるからって言ってたよな。
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
I got this gadget whiz guy putting recording devices in different places.
先に見ますか。コネチカット州ブリッジポット11。エブリンへこの手紙で少しでも仲を取り戻せますように。あなたがお酒を飲むとどういう結果になるかお互い分かっていました。でも私はあなたを責めたりバカにするつもりはありません。あなたに謝りたいんです。可愛い娘がこんな状態になり自分を追い込むのを見て心が痛みました。お酒はあなたの体も心もボロボロにします。母としてそれを見るのはあなたが想像する以上に辛いことなのです。でも人を裁けるのは神だけです。だからお願い、母を許してください。あなたの代わりにコネチカットの診療所に連絡しました。今のあなたは病気で治療すれば治ります。あとはあなたの気持ち次第。治療は
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
母さんなのに結構なんだろう、丁寧な文面なんだね。なんとかなのですみたいな。キーストン映画会社、エブリン・サマーズ。
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
そうなんだ。またバーのマッチ。9番とメインのカード。
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
リバインズ酒屋エベリン・サマーズ様。スーツケース台2つ、ショー2つ、毛布、枕、ベッド用シーツ、写真立て3個、ヘアブラシ、ボーリングのピン、肖像、化粧品、洋服。
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
なるほどね。っていうかこれ何、この黄色の。 これの上にわざわざ敷いてあったってこと？うわあ、痛ましい。
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
あ
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that
あ、
she
ア
was
ルコール依
inebriated.
存症だったのね。だからあなたは病気なのよって母親の手紙に書いてあったのか。指輪。
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
はあ。なるほど。おっと失礼。何を見てるの？
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
近くで話す。
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up. 良さげかな。こちらから話すか。
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body,
Knucklehead.
Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
クラシックカーマイン。
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
こいつマジでイカれてんだな。
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
被害者の死体の発見。
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
これは疑うわ。
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
なんか精神状態とか普通に発達障害とかじゃないのかな、あの反応。そうなるとね。
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this
こ
man
こが
here
女の上に
lying
仕
on
掛かっ
top
て
of
る
this
のが見
woman.
えた。
The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this
今朝
morning,
7時
sir.
半。
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your detail?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
あ、彼はもういいんだ。まあそれは身柄は拘束するだろうけど、多分犯人じゃないな、あの感じ。マジで言ってそうなんだもん。
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
まあとりあえず電話してみるっていう。
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
うん。OK。さてロケーション。酒屋から行ってみるかな。酒屋からでいいよね。
Advice?
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
酒はやめとけて。
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
操作のお供じゃねえんだよな。
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
まあそうだね。
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway.
そうか、
We're
バ
making
カっていう言
inquiries
い
into
方
the
するん
murder
だな。
of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her
旦
ex-husband.
那。
She kept some of her stuff
ああ、
here.
また夫婦か。
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
また夫婦か。なるほどね。これはなんかやっぱりあるな。
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Well, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
何言ってやがるお前は。
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
あ
We'll take a look around.
あ、アルコール依存症か。わあ、汚い。エブリン・サマー
I'm
ズ。
guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
なんで？何これ？なんでボーリングピン？
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
うーん。
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
なるほどね。写真。
She wasn't always such a loner.
うーん、なるほど。アリストテレス。
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
なるほど。グロ
And
ー
she
ブ
was
ナー・マーキャ
borrowing
フリー。
books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
誰だろう。姉妹とかかな。うん。こんなもんかな。大丈夫かな、本当に。よし、もうなさそうだね。
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
信用できそうだな。
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
ほう。
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
うん。このおじさんかっこいい。なんか渋い。信用する。
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow.
うんうん。
She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
なるほど。マキャフリーに関す
Do
る。
you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
あれ、すごい信用できそうな人なんだな。え、でも目を伏せたりとかしてるな。信用していいのかな。いや、目そらしてるな。ちょっと一旦疑ってみるか。
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him.
なるほど。
From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual.
は
He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down and outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help,
あ。よ
Mr.
かっ
Robbins.
た。
No problem.
いいぞいいぞ。
Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
なるほどね。アルコール依存症でどん底の生活を送ってても誰かを傷つける人ではなかったんだな。そっかそっか。犯人を捕まえなくちゃな。
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
バーに行くかボーリング場に行くかどうするかな。
I'm at a loss.
I say we check out Mentz's place. By the smell, this broad spent a good chunk of time hopping bars.
OK。
You're behind the wheel.
楽が白紙になってきた。配信には載ってないんですけど、音楽は
Drink, fellas.
白紙の音楽が流れ
Phelps,
てる。
Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
お前だな。
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers? And why she was found beaten
なん
and
か
strangled
喋り
in the
方が
rail
ちょっ
depot
と
on Santa
嫌味っ
Fe.
ぽいやつやな。
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
さあ表情を見るか。なんだ。疑うか。
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
ああ、なるほどね。
Regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
干渉するか。
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it. As if she could even comprehend any of it.
なるほど。
I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag.
Tiernan.
He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
今日いいぞ。調子いいぞ。調子いいぞ。調子いいぞ。いい感じいい感じ。いい感じいい感じ。
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn reaches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
いや、ほんと強い
So
強
what
いな。
next? Next stop has got to be the bowling alley.
ボーリング場ね。
You can drive.
Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11K, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, go to.
11 King, en route.
あら。
Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and
下の
Carruthers.
階。
Yeah, I want to make homicide.
A man like you always loses a battle of wits because you're unarmed.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
そうだよね。
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes, the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray? As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access stones. You're married, yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
指輪のこと言わなくてよかったのかな、質屋の。
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy. How bad?
電話。
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am.
Nice boys get any on the side? I want to make homicide.
What now? Any ideas?
Call me a red basher, but I think we should look in on that fellow traveler from the bar. That McCaffrey guy.
McCaffrey のアパートね。
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
まあ本当になんか売れない小説家的な感じなのかな。待ってね。マーキャフリーの住所って何号室？ これしか書いてないな。
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors?
適当にやったらここで合ってた。あ、続きだ。お母さんからの手紙の続きだ。
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey
いや
to the scene.
こんな分かりやすい証拠あるかな。すごいわざとらしく残されてたけど。
Don't think this is anything.
Seems irrelevant.
仏像がある。いや、こんなん残しますかね。
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up to that. A citation at least.
このおばさん。
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
なんだこいつ。
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
すごい不衛生だな。
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
ああ。なんでこっちだ。あっちだ。まあ大丈夫でしょう。
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
あんだけのロスがありながら。
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
後方から直線一気。さあ行きますか。
Okay, at the next corner, hang a right. Attaboy, up there you go right now. You need to turn left at the next junction.
Okay.
KGPL to any unit. A citizen reports suspicious activity 111 South Alameda. Stand by for further for any Central unit.
左折するかどうしようかな。向こうだね。